Hey y'all, just a quick word from future editing me. I'm kind of rambly and disjointed in this video because I haven't been sleeping much. Jelly Beans have been on a rampage, and for some reason he gets the zoomies at like 2 a.m. and it doesn't stop until 6 a.m. So sleep deprivation is definitely a thing. Just letting you know. Hey y'all, it's Sherry with Hecate's Needle. Welcome to my craft room. It is currently Thursday, February 12th, 2026, and I am here with Flosstube number 68, I think, maybe. This is going to be a shorter video. I don't have any sewing at all to share or crochet because of my broken elbow. Not really a whole lot of life either. I did go to the doctor yesterday, the orthopedic surgeon. He did x-rays. My elbow is still broken, but it is healing. It is healing well. I almost have full range of motion with it again. I still experience some pain, and he just told me, you know what, when your arm starts to hurt, stop what you're doing and rest. I can do that. So it's getting better, but I still am limited. No sewing, no crochet, stitching, because I do have the stand so that I don't have to use the left arm, and reading, video games. I did work in the garden this past weekend, and I regretted it because it hurt. So anyway, that's all my life updates. Anyway, we are joined here today by the lovely Artemis, who is currently trying to dig a hole in her blankie because hounds. Jelly Bean wasn't here, but he got the zoomies and zoomied on out. So he's gone off somewhere to zoomie, I assume. Okay, so cross stitch. I have worked on 3 projects. Now, I had mentioned before that I was going to do a finish February to see what projects I could get finished. I am still working on that, but I have already finished 2. One was a new start. Yay! This one was a mystery kit that I had gotten from Forbidden Fiber Co. a couple years ago. You know, what does it say? It does not. So we'll just say a couple years ago. No, this was one of their mystery kits that comes with the bag, comes with the little needle minder, the fabric, the floss, the pattern, everything. This was the pattern. I love Boo. Now, obviously, the kit came with Forbidden Fiber Co. threads, flosses, but the one thing about their patterns, their in-house patterns that I like, is they always put the DMC conversion. So this pattern will be going into a giveaway probably soon. Maybe today. We'll see. The pattern is by Forbidden Fiber Co. It is one of their in-house patterns by Leanne Ross. And it was a quick, easy pattern. It only took me 3 days to do. The fabric we got was 1/8 of a yard. I got 16 count Aida, and it was the color Babbling Brook. And let me fold it. Here it is. I haven't ironed it yet. I ordered a pink frame off of Amazon, and it's supposed to be here today. So once that gets here, I'll iron it all out and frame it. But here it is. It is complete. It's very cute. It's very cute. Like I said, it was quick and easy, simple to stitch up. No back stitch, all full crosses. I stitched it as a Valentine's Day project for my daughter. And so, like I said, I'm waiting on the pink frame. This past weekend, my husband and I went to Michael's. We went to Hobby Lobby. We went everywhere looking for a simple pink frame. Apparently, you can only get brown, black, or white. Except in Michael's, you can also get metallic gold. So I ended up having to go on Amazon and ordering a frame to fit it, because I wanted it pink so that she can put it in her room. But here it is. A start and a finish. And my frame is supposed to be delivered today, so by tonight, a full finish. So that was my first project. My second project that I worked on, what I decided for my finish February is I made a list of all of my whips, works in progress, and I put them in order of which one was the highest percentage, closest to being done, down. The first one on the list, the one that was closest to being finished, was the Pomegranate Sampler, Fruit of the Gods by Yasmin's Made with Love. It is finished. Yes, indeed. It is complete. And here it is. I love it. I love it. It turned out awesome. This one is stitched on a 14 count Aida. It is in the colorway Moss Celadon. It is just as Zweigart. No fancy overdyes. The thread is by Forbidden Fiber Co. in the color Orchard. And I have none left, or I'd show you. This took 2 full, I guess, skeins of it. They don't really do skeins. They do it on the card. But it took 2 full things of it to complete it. But it's finished, and I love it. And so those are 2 finishes. Yay! Now, the third one I picked up after I finished the pomegranates. The next one on my list that was closest to being done was my 4 Elements by Satsuma Street. And when it is finished, it will look like this. That one was a stitch along from a few years ago by Satsuma Street. I did not do it as a stitch along. I started midway through. But I love it. I love it, and I want it finished. So that is the one I'm working on now. And thus far, since I picked it up, I have done 677 stitches. Now, when you last saw it, it looked like that. Jellybean has joined us again. Apparently the zoomies are over. Now he's a purring boy. He loves his mama. Here you go, baby. Okay. So, as I was saying, I put in 677 stitches on this one, which puts it at 59% done. And here we are. Now, I'm working on the air element. As you can see, I've started filling in clouds. This is the beginnings of the rainbow, the wind gusts. This one, I absolutely love this project. I love it on the black. It really pops. The colors are so awesome. But yeah. So that's where we're at with that one. This one is just an absolute joy to work on. I enjoy stitching it. I am one of those people who actually doesn't mind the block stitching at all. Doesn't bother me in the least. So those are the 3 projects I have worked on this last 2 weeks. Plans. My plans are to continue working on the 4 elements to see if I can get it finished, or at least see how far I can get it before the end of February. Also, now that I have completed the pomegranates, my next fruit, I let my husband decide. The next one I'm going to do, what are you doing, baby? Did the cat bother you? I'm so sorry. The strawberry. I'm going to do the strawberry next. It is going to be done with a 16 count Aida. It is in the colorway Riviera Aqua. And it's just a Witchelt. Nothing fancy. And then Forbidden Fiber Co. Floss in the color Big Apple, which is a bright strawberry red. So that is going to be my next fruit project. As I've said before, there are 10 different fruits. I've completed 2. I have 2 more kitted up, and I'm working on kitting up some others. So, and then I still need to purchase some of the patterns, but I'll get to that. So those are my plans going forward. I did actually get some acquisitions. Now the first thing I got was my Just Cross Stitch magazine, Spring 2026 edition. I did do a video on that. If you want to go back and look at a flip through of it, I'll link it somewhere here on the screen. I will say I wasn't impressed. I just wasn't. This is 2 issues in a row now that there's really nothing in here for me. And so I'm seriously considering, once this subscription is done, it's not going to be renewed. We'll see if they pick it up. So far, it's not looking good. But I did get that. The other thing I got, Forbidden Fiber Co. had another mystery kit come out. It is Toy Story themed, and Toy Story is one of my daughter's very favorite movies of all time. So I went ahead and got it. I will stitch it for her. Possibly this might be her Christmas stitch this year. Maybe. We'll see. But I received that in the mail. Now, I did not get the full kit. I mean, normally their mystery kits include a project bag, a needle minder, the floss, the pattern, the fabric. I did not get that this time, and I will probably not be getting those going forward. Let me tell you why. We'll start with the bags. Here's an example, the I Love Boo one. Don't get me wrong, I love this bag. The little ghosty is adorable, and I'll use this bag. However, these I don't like using for project bags at all. I like the vinyl fronted bags. I like bigger bags so that I I mean, I do fold my fabric as I'm working on it. I mean, I can only make a bag so big. Some of these projects are like this big. I don't need a bag that big. But when you have a project bag this small, that's a lot of folds. Also, their bags, they are just canvas, cotton canvas. I had to guess. That's what it feels like. They're very flimsy. And the zipper pulls, they're usually beaded, and they're probably hand beaded. Yeah. Every bag I have gotten, the zipper pull either breaks or comes messed up in some way. And I just don't like the bags. The needle minders, I also don't care for. They put the button on the back. Okay, fair enough. I know why they do it, to make it easier to pull them apart. But if you notice how easily these magnets come apart, they're not very sticky. And even trying to use this one while I was stitching this, I kept losing the needle minder along with the needle. And the needles don't stick very well either. Do I have a needle up here? Yes. Okay. And it falls off. So these are useless. So for this kit, all I got was the pattern, fabric, and floss. That's all I got. And that's probably what I will get going forward if I order any more of their kits. Their kits, I will say, are pricey, but that's okay. They're, you know, patterns that they design themselves that you can't get anywhere else. I get it. Plus the fabric and the floss is all specifically for the pattern and everything, and that's fine. I don't mind that. But here's the pattern. It is Andy's Room. It's okay. My daughter will love it. I would have preferred more of the characters as opposed to just words, but it's fine. She'll love it, and she can hang it in her room. Now it came with, of course, all the fabric. Oh, they did throw a needle minder in there, didn't they? Okay. Well, let's open it up and get the needle minder out. I didn't think it came with the needle minder, but that's okay. That's fine. It's Woody and Buzz. I will probably give it to her. Like I said, I don't like their needle minders. Oh, this one seems to have a bigger magnet. Where is that? It sticks, but barely. Yeah, I will probably give this to her. It's Woody and Buzz. She'll love it. It came with the fabric, which is a pale blue, and it's called Waterfall. I got a 14 count this time. And let's pull out the floss so we can see the color palette. Maybe if I can get it out. And here's the color palette. As always, Forbidden Fiber Co. knocks it out of the park with their colors. Their flosses are awesome. I love their flosses. What is that? Big Apple. Everything you need for the project. So I got that. And as I said, I will likely stitch that for my daughter. Probably for Christmas, I think. Unless I give it to her early, which is always possible. Now, when they sent me that kit, they also sent me a thank you gift, which is 2 things of floss. I'm not sad about that at all. Now the question is, can I open it? There we go. They sent me 2 things of floss. One is Eye of Newt, and the other is You Don't Bring Me Flowers. But they're pretty colors. I like the green. So these were, I guess, a free gift. A thank you gift. To add to my stash. So those were my acquisitions. So that's about it for today. As I said, I plan to continue working on the 4 elements this month to see if I can get it finished. I'm hoping I can. I've not had a whole lot of time to stitch this month, or at least the last week, because I had, of course, the doctor's appointment and things like that. But I'm hoping to get more time next week so that maybe I can make a bigger chunk of progress and hopefully get that project done. That would be awesome. I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you saw something you like, feel free to hit subscribe and do all that stuff. Please feel free to comment. I love to read your comments. I will always answer. You know what? Yeah. We'll go ahead and we will do a giveaway for this pattern. The floss and stuff is not included. It is just the pattern. But as I said, all their patterns have the DMC equivalents if you don't want to go and buy their floss. This is a small pattern. It is only 86 by 96 stitches. Quick and easy to stitch. It has your fabric size guide up here in the corner to tell you what size fabric you need. And as always, the rules are don't mention any of the buzzwords like giveaway or free or gift or anything like that to keep away the trolls. You have to be 18 or older to enter so that I can ask for your address if you win. I would say if you want to enter the giveaway, comment below, use the word Valentine, because Valentine's is only 2 days away. So again, use the word Valentine if you want this pattern by Forbidden Fiber. And be 18 years or older. Don't use any of the words, those magical words that you're not supposed to use. And I will pick a random comment for this in my next video. So 2 weeks from today. Until that time, I hope everyone has an amazing Valentine's Day. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.